All right, today we're going to complete the square. All right, so this is how we do this. So we have x squared minus 8x plus some number. We don't know what it is, so we're going to figure out what it is so we can get it into standard quadratic expression form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, where c is just a number. So what we do is we always have it as x squared term first, then the x term, and we're always missing the numerical term. So we take this middle term. We can ignore the fact that it's a negative number because we're going to square it and it will come out positive. And we take half. So we do half of 8. And half of 8 equals 4. And then we're going to do 4 and square it, which is 16. And we're going to add 16. And you have completed the square. So x squared minus 8x plus 16 is the completed square. Now, the reason we do this is because then we can actually factor this x squared minus 8x plus 16, and the factorization of this would be x minus 4 times x minus 4, which is the quantity of x minus 4 squared. All right, so that's kind of why we're completing the square. So we can get it in this form, so our factors could be written this way. This we will be doing when we complete the square in order to write a quadratic equation in vertex form. And that'll be the next video. So let's practice some more on just plain old completing the square so we get an idea just how this works and get comfortable with it. All right, so our next problem is x squared plus 12x plus some number. So we take our middle term, just the numerical part, which is 12, and we take half of it. So half of 12 is 6. We take 6 and we square it, and it's 36. So we add 36. So this becomes x squared plus 12x plus 36. And that's the completed square. So the adding of the 36 is what completes the square. All right, our next problem is b squared minus 7b plus some number. So again, we're going to take 7 and we're going to take half of 7, which is 7 over 2. Now, we want to leave it as a fraction because believe it or not, it is actually really easy to square that fraction. So we're going to take 7 over 2 and we're going to square it, which means we square the 7 and get 49. And we square the denominator of 2 and we get 4. And you can leave your answer like this. You do not have to write it as a decimal. And you can add 49 over 4. So b squared minus 7b plus 49 over 4, as odd as it looks, is our completed square. That's it. So we want to get away from being afraid of fractions because actually they come in pretty handy. All right, in this case, we have c squared minus c plus a number. Well, the coefficient in front of the middle term is a 1. So we're going to take half of 1, which is half. We're going to take a half and we're going to square it, which means we have 1 squared in the numerator, which is 1. We have 2 squared in the denominator, which is 4. So we're going to add 1/4. And that completes our square. So our final expression looks like c squared minus 1c plus 1/4. And that would be our completed squared expression. All right, and that is how you complete the square on a quadratic expression.